warden. A packet of letters was awaiting him. They had been forwarded from San Carremo after his departure, and among them was an envelope addressed in Chamberlain's characteristic handwriting. "Dear old boy," ran the letter, "what do you mean by spending Christmas in a dirty Italian village, instead of returning to the bosom of your family like a respectable Englishman? I don't believe a word about the vineyards. Tell your agent to go to the devil and come to us for the new year, or neither Elaine nor I will have anything more to do with you. The hunt ball is on the 5th, the Cardwells on the following evening. On the 7th, Mrs. Verelst is giving some theatricals, in which we are going to distinguish ourselves, and there are 3 or 4 other minor events which you ought not to miss. Also, I want your valuable advice as to the wisdom of buying a place in Creamshire. I only heard of it last week, and have already made up my mind to purchase, so your counsel must tend in that direction, if you wish me to profit by it. It is a jolly old house, with capital stabling and nice gardens. There is a ripping tennis lawn, room for 2 courts, if I fill up a pond at the end, and a lot of old oak indoors. I forgot to say the house is furnished. It is in the best part of the Broadborough country, and within reach of the outside meets of Lord Cremorne's and the Turton. Plenty of shooting, and the whole thing going for a mere song. I believe there is even a family ghost thrown in. I'm running down on Friday for a week to see how I like it, but of course you will put up at my place as you come through town, whether I am there or not." Harrison waited to hear no more. In a moment the letter was crushed into his pocket, and he was out in the street, and hurrying to the nearest telegraph office. Without a second's delay, he wrote the message and handed it to the clerk. "Chamberlain, 112 Piccadilly. On no account go to Ravenshill Hall till you have seen me. Shall be in town this afternoon and will explain. Gerald." Then he hastened back to the hotel and ordered some luncheon. While he was eating, he looked out the trains for town. The next was due in 20 minutes. His portmanteaus had not been unstrapped. Harrison sent for a cab, paid his bill, and in less than an hour was well on his way to London. From the moment of reading Chamberlain's description of his projected purchase, he had decided on the course he must pursue. Though the name of the place was not mentioned, he knew, by a sudden swift intuition, that it was Ravenshill Hall. Back to his mind with the freshness of yesterday swept the memory of that terrible night 5 years ago, and he shuddered as he recalled the old farmer quoting the words of Catherine Deverell. "No man, be he young or old, good or evil, so that he does not bear the name of Deverell, shall live to see the new year break within these walls. I will die on Deverell land, and he who braves my curse shall die even as I have died." Many and many a good man had met that death since, the farmer had declared. Was another victim destined to be added to the long roll call of that terrible vengeance? And that victim his old playmate, his friend, his almost brother? No, thank God. There was yet time to avert the stroke of fate. Jack must have received his wire by now. He would be waiting on the promised explanation. The slow hours wore on. The train rattled and ground its way through the wintry landscape. The sky was leaden and dull. On the horizon lay dense masses of cloud, black and heavy with snow. By the time they ran into Charing Cross, large flakes were floating lazily down to join their crushed and mud-stained comrades on the dirty pavement. Evidently there had been a considerable fall earlier in the day, for the roofs down the Strand were gleaming white, and great heaps of snow had been scraped up from the roadway and piled between the pillars of the station gates. Harrison got his luggage onto a hansom and drove straight to his friend's chambers. As he glanced up at the windows, it struck him as odd that no lights were to be seen. The housekeeper answered his ring. "Oh, is it you, Mr. Harrison? Very glad to see you back, sir. There is a letter for you upstairs and 3 telegrams. The first came on Wednesday, sir. The note Mr. Chamberlain left for you. He expected you would be here on Wednesday." "Left for me?" repeated Gerald anxiously. "He's not gone, surely? Did he not get my wire?" "I sent it on with the other letters this morning, sir. Mr. Chamberlain has been gone."